All right, let's take a quick look here. First of all, this boss is easy as piss. He really is absolutely easy. At first, he was hard when I played him, but like he's one of the easiest bosses in the entire game. In fact, he is the easiest boss of the game. I died when I came back and I fought him from lack of having a med on me. I took a hit and then I didn't have a med to heal. So take a look. Look at the shadow on the door. I want you to look over here, okay? Somebody asked me if I had stairs. I'm pretty sure this is why. Look at the shadow. Look at the shadow on the door. Do you see this? Right here? Right here. Just take a look. I'm going down. There's no stairs there. That's me entering my bedroom, which was directly next door. And the way the light was hitting me made it seem as if there was stairs, but the bedroom's right there. Guys, I will be doing another 72-hour marathon. I hate saying that because I said this would be the last one, but the only reason now that I realized I said it would be my last one, simply because I was so confident I would beat this one that it felt okay. Little did I know I'm just going to be completely salty every time I can't complete one until I do. So there's no chance until I beat one. There's no chance I'm going to stop. And you don't have to wait 10 years for it. I just don't know when the next one's going to be, but it's going to happen at some point, okay? I think this marathon clowned me personally. Because I walked off stream the same dumb shit that I did 10 years ago, right? Although I didn't sleepwalk off stream, it was me just being completely whacked out of my brain, unable to kind of understand what was going on. So after I jumped off here, I just want to let you know, like, what did I do? I jumped on my bed, like I belly flopped on my bed, and I was just laying on my bed, belly flop style, and I was looking at my bed's pushed up against the corner, so you know my face was against the wall, looking at the wall, and I was looking at my hands like this, knowing that there was something bad happening right now. I remember thinking, I was confused the entire time because I couldn't tell if this was real or not. I remember thinking that I'm somewhere I shouldn't be right now. But I couldn't confirm if that was true or not. I said I was dizzy, huh? I don't remember that. I said I was dizzy. Probably. I mean, that comes with the territory. With that type of sleep deprivation, it's entirely possible. I just don't recall it. Yeah, but the entire time I was thinking if this was real or not. And I remember closing my eyes on my bed, belly flop style, looking at my hands. And I remember the darkness coming in to take me. Like, it started turning dark real fast. Like, mentally, it just started kind of like closing in. I could feel like sleep happening. I went like that. I'm like, did I almost fall asleep? No. To be fair, it's hard to even like remember the exact thoughts because it was so twisted. And I remember closing my eyes again, and the same thing happened. I'm like, maybe this isn't good. But you can't, I couldn't tell if those thoughts were normal or real or not. And on the third attempt, I closed my eyes again, and I'm pretty sure that's when I got knocked out. And I have to say, I don't think I woke up during that sleep at all, which is abnormal for me. Think about it like this: like every day I ever go to sleep, I wake up like every hour and a half to 2 hours, and that's just my normal. Like after every sleep cycle my body goes through, I wake up and I'll fall back asleep pretty quickly. It might take me like 15 seconds or something. I do that maybe 4 or 5 times a night. On this one, I fell asleep for maybe, I don't know how many hours. How many hours would you say it was? It was like 6? I don't know. So it was at, when did I come back? I'm not sure. But obviously, if you look at the timer here, it says 69:30 roughly. And then I came back at what? Some people say asbestos says 8. Insomnia. Yeah, I've always had like messed up sleeping issues. Came back at 7. I remember the number 78 myself. I remember coming back at 78. Yeah. So I don't know, but I slept that entire portion without waking up once. And that was interesting, being able to sleep that long. But like I remember waking up in my bed and I was just thinking that it was any other day, and I was like laying in my bed just thinking about, you know, dumb shit, like oh, whatever things I'll think about during the day. And I was just laying in my bed for like maybe a solid 3 to 5 minutes. Just like, it's, you know, just here in my bed, sleeping. And then I got this really, I don't know how to explain it. It's this almost like dark thought. It's like dread, like this dread. It's like ill omen, this foreboding dread that something wasn't right. And, God damn it. It really sucks. Like, even thinking about it now pisses me off and gets me kind of sad, to be fair. Damn, this is hard to talk about for some reason. Well, I realized I had fucked something up. Let's put it that way. I had fucked it up. The level of sadness there is... It's a whole lot. Let's put it that way. If I would have just sat there and died for 3 hours, man, 2.5 hours, like I would have gotten this bunkie off my shoulders. But instead, what I got was almost a play-for-play replay of what happened last time. And I really didn't like that. I still think it's really stupid and really cheesy. And I come back to stream and I haven't really, I didn't check the chat too hard, but I'm pretty sure there was a lot of like laughter again. Not malicious laughter or anything like that, just a bunch of the same shit from last time. Just a huge pain in the ass, man. Like, here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people out there. Some might be some of you guys. Might be a portion of you guys. I mean, it for sure is a portion of you guys. I'm not gonna try to... That, like, literally just wanted to watch me fall asleep on stream again. I didn't do that, thankfully. And, like, maybe, like, sleepwalk off camera again and, like, fuck it all up. People were hoping for that. And I mean, that's fine and everything. I realize that it's not necessarily wrong, okay? I'm not going to say that it is. But like for me, I didn't want that at all. I actually did want to beat the marathon. I hate the fact that I didn't. I mean, I can always do it again. I would say these are massively uncomfortable to do. they're massively uncomfortable to do. It's not an easy thing to stay up for this long. I had, you know, a couple Red Bulls. That was it. I had like a Red Bull really early on. I don't know how much they helped or anything like that. But like, I mean, I was joking about the whole cocaine thing for the longest time. I probably shouldn't, because I don't want people saying that shit, you know, later on. And if honestly, if there was any indication I probably wasn't using any drugs, is because I was falling asleep and going on like danger pretty often. Then I would bounce back. If you're on like any type of like hardcore drugs, that won't happen. You'll just be perky as fuck. I'm gonna throw Man vs. Game under the bus here, but like just look at his old live streams where he was like using drugs. I'm not gonna say this in a disrespectful manner to the gentleman, but you can kind of see when somebody's hyped up on something, you know, when they're just constantly like, whoa. So staying up for this late is a huge pain in the ass. I mean, when I got to 24 hours, I'm like, fuck, 48 more hours of this crap. Can I even do it? I got to 48. I'm like, god damn. There's still another day left, and it's only going to get harder. It's only like the hardest it's ever been for this last day. I remember getting to 16 hours and being like, fuck, man. Yeah, people ask how I do it, dude. How do I stay up this late? You just kind of do it. That's it. And you're going to be bitching and moaning in your brain the entire way. Like, that's normal. It's not like it's a playground, a picnic or anything like that. Yeah, Joe. It went downhill on Resident Evil 8. I started getting seriously like poison status RE8. Like that's when it really started hitting me. I think all of the water that I was having, and I think maybe the clean diet that I was eating that day, like just salads, apples. I think bread burns cleanly in my body. Just that really did keep me awake. I would say, I really was getting delusional. I was playing RE8. I'm like, I can never fall asleep. It'll never happen. I was getting super delusional about it, and that was like, it was getting to the start of me just acting crazy. Yeah, we did asbestos. The tech is called drink lots of water. So the hydration thing that was happening, you know, the hydration channel points, those were clutch, I would say. Because you want to know something, I will say this. After the marathon, every marathon I ever do that lasts a significant amount of time, like maybe 30 plus hours, even 24 might get a little bit, but like 36-hour marathons, 48-hour marathons, whatever. I usually experience, if you guys have, you know, some of you might not be drinkers, but like some of you that have drunken before and had hangovers and stuff like that, it felt exactly like a hangover without the nausea. It's just like I would always explain it as if somebody came with a baseball bat and they would crack me against the head, and that's how I would feel for the next 3 days. But I have to say, I had zero of that this run. For the first time ever, zero of that. I was also drinking some of these omega-3s. I said it was formaldehyde, but it's actually omega-3s. And that's supposed to help your brain to some extent. I don't know if it's immediately gratifying like that, or it's just like, you know, your brain is going to be doing better immediately off of that. But I made sure I drank some omega-3s here. This is like for your brain. It's the reason why people say fish is healthy for your brain, even though it's got mercury and poisons and shit that actually destroy your brain. It's because of the omega-3s. So they shouldn't say fish is healthy for your brain. They should say omega-3s is healthy for your brain. Yeah, but this is omega-3s. Anyway, that's a different topic. But I didn't have any hangover at all, which was I think it had to do with entirely from the water. I think it was the water. So, I mean, in the future, I remember doing one hydration thing a while back too, where I was drinking green tea a whole bunch. It was during a Dark Souls marathon. I stayed up for 40 hours. And, you know, I didn't have the same endurance as I did on those FromSoft marathons I did, Elden Ring and Dark Souls marathons, where I stayed up for 40 hours and I didn't get tired once or bored, or I was Gucci. It was so good. I didn't have that this marathon, but what I did have was something different. I just had this like unstoppable resolution to just fucking keep going. You notice even when I was in like 60 hours or something, like the little the status indicator was like yellow caution. Like, you know what? I'm a little tired, but like fuck it. Like I kept popping up. Normally I'll only catch a few like second wins, and then it's just pure torture after that, where I'm always in danger mode, like about to fall asleep. I kept popping up on this one. That was amazing. I don't know if I'll ever get that again. I'm telling you, dude, marathons themselves are complete, as far as I know, fucking RNG based. Will I ever be able to do it this well again? I did 69 hours. I could have gone deeper, bro. I could have gone deeper. I could have gone to like 80 hours. Not that I want to, but I could have finished Resident Evil 7 if I had wasn't so goddamn dazed and confused. And, you know, it wasn't the part that was sleepy that was getting me. It was the part that everything was like confusing the shit out of me. And yeah, I mean, somebody said it earlier. I kept coming across these parts of the stream where I was getting lost in the game, and it felt like I had some of you guys sitting there next to me, and then I would, like, you know, look away from the game, and then I would look to the left. I'm like, where the fuck am I? Look to the right. Where am I? That's weird. I thought there was people next to me. And I mean, that lasted for 20 hours, where I'm just like, I feel like there's people next to me. I would look to the left and I would look to the right, and I would realize I was sitting here and I wasn't inside of some of my thoughts that were kind of like poisoning my perception. It's kind of like right now, all of you can picture what it would be like to sit at a bench at Disneyland with the music playing and the kids cheering. You can all imagine that. What if you could not differentiate that from reality? So I was getting stuck in the game in like and I couldn't even differentiate reality from the game to some extent, and I'm sure it would have only gotten worse if I would have stayed up, you know, longer, right? It would have gotten worse. You know, if I would have been up there for like 75 hours or something, you know, it's going to be a lot different than 65 hours versus 45 hours when it kind of started kicking in. Resident Evil, it's not, I'm pretty sure all of them would have been trippy to play. Resident Evil 7, the thing is, I'm very good at this game. My ego's a little bruised that I was doing so poorly, and then when I came back to stream, I tried to beat Jack, but I didn't bring any fucking medicines with me, so he hit me once and I died. I was a little pissy about that, but I can beat this. He's literally the easiest boss in the game. Marguerite being the hardest. He's the easiest. I mean, he's brain dead easy. You just shoot him a whole bunch of times in the head, and then he goes for the chainsaw, and then you just shove the chainsaw in his face until he's dead. At some point, you're gonna have to reload your chainsaw, and the reload killed me. Anyway, that's a different topic, I guess. But I'm pretty sure because Outbreak wasn't working on my emulator, that actually caused everything to get fucked up. This is not working. So, I mean, the fact that Outbreak wasn't working anymore, it was like glitching. The game was running really unoptimized. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure I had to mess with some settings on Outbreak to get dead aim to work properly. So if I would have stuck with Outbreak, I don't think I would have had those problems. I mean, Outbreak is infinitely an easier game. And I don't think I would have been through even if I was like kind of hallucinating there, it was a little bit strange. I don't know if you guys remember, but like during RE8, I was pretty silent. And it was really weird because like for the first half of Resident Evil 8, I was very talkative and acting slightly manic. Slightly manic. And then all of a sudden, I got really angry and bitter. For no reason. I just was angry and bitter, and I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to say anything to the chat. I was slowly losing my mind towards the start of Resident Evil 8. And then when RE7 started, I was just really questioning reality. So for RE8, I'm not sure what people were thinking there. I need to go back and look at the chat, bro. But I was kind of angry there, and I feel a bit guilty about it. Since I was angry at the chat. Even though the chat did nothing. I was angry at people in the chat. No one in particular. I was just angry. I didn't want to talk. And then towards the end of the game, I realized I had to actually say something. So, you know, the thing is that it's so weird. You ever have to apologize to somebody that you don't want to apologize to, but you do it anyway, and you feel so salty, and it just comes out like, I don't want to do this, but I have to do it. I had to kind of start talking to the chat at that point. Even though there was, like, no reason for me to actually be angry. I just was angry. And bitter and salty. And then, you know, RE7 starts, and the insanity levels went through the roof on that one. I just started losing it completely. The thing is, my ego really wanted to actually do well in that game, but I was having so much trouble doing good. And I remember thinking, this can't be real. Like, in my head, there was a narrative that was playing out, so I'm just going to destroy this game. And then I was looking at real life, and like I said, I couldn't tell the thoughts from real life at all. And I remember thinking, this can't be real because I'm supposed to be doing good at this game. I'm good at this game. I know what I'm doing. And I was just like dying over and over again. And I'm like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Like, how is this real? No. And I was just like jumping in and out of my thought that I had and real life. And it was really getting to me. And I'm not even sure what the hell I was thinking, by the way, when when this shit happened. I can't even tell you what I was thinking here. I just don't think I thought it was real at this point. I think I just completely lost track of everything. And I just lost track of everything. At that point, I didn't even know what was going on. I'm really bummed that I disappeared like that after, you know, only 2.5 hours left of the game. It is what it is. Do I plan on doing another one in the future? Yes, I do. I don't know when.